I look like a ghost. Ooh, let's not drop it all over my pants. I'm shocked. Hi guys, welcome to Emmarie Lane, where my goal is to find you the best beauty products for the best prices. And in today's video, we're gonna be battling the newish Catrice True Skin Hydrating Foundation versus the Catrice HD Liquid Coverage Foundation. I know a lot of people love this foundation for like a long time, but it seems like this has kind of taken its place. So I wanna see if this is just hype because it's a newer foundation or if it's actually better than this one. So let's get into it. I think I'm going to do the True Skin on my right and the HD on my left. I'm not going to use any primers, any powders, any setting spray. I want to see how these handle themselves on their own. Oh, and side note, I haven't tried either of these before. These are brand new. I have no attachment to this one. Let's get you zoomed in. Love the pump. Ooh, it's thinner than I thought it would be. It's really liquidy. Got some nice acne that we're gonna see how well it covers up. I'll make sure to only use one side of the beauty blender each time so we don't get things confused. So according to Amazon, it says, enhance your true skin. This long-wearing, hydrating vegan foundation has a medium to buildable coverage. It gives you a natural, real skin finish formulated with hyaluronic acid and watermelon seed oil for an intense hydration. It's ultra lightweight texture that melts into the skin and it's available in 20 shades. It's cruelty-free, vegan, paraben-free, gluten-free, and alcohol-free. Wow, that's impressive. It's definitely full coverage. I look like a ghost. It goes for $11 on Amazon, and I have it in the shade Neutral Ivy. I mean, it does give a really, really pretty texture, especially considering I don't have any primer on. This is decent, but I want to move on to the other side before we get too much into details, so switching sides. Ooh, let's not drop it all over my pants. I feel like such an Instagrammer when I do this. All the drops running down my face. Oh jeez. Okay, and then according to Amazon, this foundation is ultra light, high coverage with a natural looking finish. Okay, so this seems really similar, just a matte version. I feel like this shade matches me a little better, for sure. Covers imperfections and mattifies skin, creating a smooth, even complexion for up to 24 hours. Features a unique liquid dropper applicator for clean and easy application. And it is paraben free, cruelty free, and vegan, but it doesn't say anything about being alcohol free. So, and it goes for $11 as well on Amazon. And I have this one in the shade porcelain. And I have it in the shade porcelain beige. Yeah, this shade is definitely better for me. But what's really funny is they're both O2. It's just this O2 neutral. I don't know, this one definitely has a little bit better of an undertone for me. This one feels not quite right, but I'm sure it'll be fine, I hope. Okay, it looks kind of scary right now because my face has like no color to it whatsoever. But so far, I actually like the texture of the HD one a little tiny bit better. I feel like it's a little bit more real looking. And this side, not that this side is horrible. That might change once the rest of like my bronzer, blush, that kind of stuff is on. I'm gonna go add that real fast. I'll be right back. It's currently 12:48, and yes, I'm running way behind today. Also, don't mind the dark circles. I got 0 sleep last night. Concealer can only do so much. Anyway, this is what the foundation looks like. I like both sides. I do think I prefer the look of the HD side so far, slightly more. I don't know how like dewy the True Skin foundation looks. I guess it's not supposed to be dewy necessarily. It was just supposed to be hydrating. Did it say if it was a dewy finish or not? I don't remember all of a sudden. Oh, it just says real skin finish. So it's not a dewy finish. Okay. I feel like the finish is almost the same. Like when it comes to like how matte this actually is, it's definitely leaning towards the matte side versus like the satin side like I thought maybe it would be, or maybe even more on the dewy side because of like how hydrating it is. So if you were worried about it being dewy because it's a hydrating formula, so far that's not a concern. I like how both look though, and especially like I said, since it doesn't have primer or like any powder or anything like that to kind of like smooth things out, it looks great. I didn't put any highlighter on because if I started getting oily, I didn't want to mistake the highlighter for oiliness. Wanted to see if an extra glow comes in from my skin. One particular thing I'm noticing with the finish on the HD side, it like kind of smooths things out a little bit better, like my acne and stuff, where on the True Skin side, it definitely covers up the redness of my acne, but you can still see it, like the rays of it very, very clearly. That's the biggest difference I'm noticing so far. I'm shocked how similar these are. I was expecting a pretty big difference. They feel like nothing. I would say this side feels maybe a little tiny bit more like there's foundation on my skin, but considering these are like full coverage foundations, they're so lightweight. Like, wow. There's no like settling into lines issues as of right now. Like, I'm very, very impressed. Now I'm gonna go about my day. I'm gonna do a check-in halfway through the day outside in natural day lighting because, as you know, natural light really gives any mistakes away. It looks really bad. I will see you in a second. Okay, it is time for the halfway check-in. I feel like these 6 hours have gone by like extra fast today. I don't know why. Anyway, there's some good news and some not so good news. We got really bad smile lines on the True Skin side. It's like a tiny bit on the HG side, but it's not nearly as bad. HG said a little bit of drier acne is poking through, but not the oilier acne, I guess. I don't know how to say without sounding gross. Acne on this side is fine. I feel like in the sunlight though, this side looks a lot more textured than this side does, which it's not the best news ever. I feel like for the most part, the problems can be fixed with a little bit of powder. So that's not the worst news ever, right? But the texture issue, that's a little bit harder to fix. We'll see if it gets any worse the rest of the day or if it stays about the same, because maybe if it stays the same, you could use like a really good pore filling, like smoothing primer, and you could avoid that situation possibly. HG side, I think I'm still preferring. Overall, I still like both, but we'll see what happens at the end of the day. It is 1:23 and we've got some things to report. Oh jeez. You can tell it's the end of the day by the state of my hair. Oh my goodness, my hair is stuck to my overalls. Does anyone else just look like, does their hair look like this from the end of the day, or do you have hair that actually stays together? We'll start up and work our way down and talk about the negatives and the positives, why not, right? So my bronzer is still like very much on my forehead on either side, so that's good. It didn't like separate or like dissolve enough to like take away my bronzer, so yay. In between my brows, it's kind of settling into lines. It could look a lot worse. That's I can fix with powder amount. I'm not necessarily going to discount it. On the matte side, it is sticking to this little dry zit that I talked about before during the check-in, and on the oily side, it is on the oily side. It is oily. On the true match side, it's definitely oily, like a lot more shiny. This side is definitely has some oil to it, but this side's a lot more shiny, and that's kind of the theme from here on down. We got some good bronzer, we got some good blush, all that stuff. Everything looks really great color-wise. This side is like so separated and so shiny though, and it just feels gross. This side, it's like separating a little bit, but it's more like rubbing off rather than separating from oils. And my chin, it's kind of red. I'm wondering if I went like this at one point during the day, because this was like right in the middle where both foundations were. I'm thinking I might have rubbed it off without realizing it when I was watching TV. I have mascara all over, like, on my eyebrows. I don't know, whatever. Overall, not bad foundations, but if you have oily skin at all, I highly recommend sticking with this one because it's not a flat matte, it's HD. If you want to see a battle between the L'Oreal Infallible Fresh Wear Powder Foundation and the Maybelline Super Stay Powder Foundation, you can click right here. I'll link everything I talked about in the description box below. Those are affiliate links, so I do get a small percentage of the profits if you use my link to buy the product, but it does not affect you in any way at all. I love you guys so much, and don't ever forget that you are enough. Bye!